Today at Jungle Friends we're going to be doing a socialization between Willy the tamarin, the golden claw tamarin, and Arie the black tufted deer marmoset. They were once housed together at their home where they were at previously before coming to Jungle Friends, but they had a history of getting into fights there, and also when we had them in the same habitat here, they had gotten into one fight and they needed to be separated. We're going to try to put them together today. We just have a single fork up now, and they've been close to each other, they've been grooming each other, and they're getting along. So we're going to try to have them share the habitats together today. And there's no females to go around here at Jungle Friends for the marmosets or tamarins. We have a lot of testosterone going around here, not a whole lot of estrogen. So we're going to be hoping that these guys get along so they can share a habitat, and there's more room for more monkeys on the waiting list. If they do start to fight during the socialization, we have these Kevlar gloves. They're not full protection, but they're a lot better than nothing if you need to separate the monkeys. And the other ways we can get them to stop fighting are we have the forks, and if they're fighting in the runways, we can just push it between them and separate them that way. But if they're in the habitat and we want to try something else before going in with them because it's dangerous, we have the hose that we can spray water on them. And then that way, that either makes them stop and they play in the water, or they don't like the water and they'll just stop for that way. And as long as they get distracted and stay away from each other. Alright, so now the beginning of the socialization is when we'll remove the fork. And this is the most dangerous because that's when they're first going to have their interaction with each other and they'll be able to have full contact with each other. Everything seems to be going well so far. They've got their new habitats to enjoy now. Alright, and so now to kind of make them into a more enclosed space and to keep the attention away from Phil and Lil, we've moved the forks closer so they have less space, they don't have more runway space. So this way they'll be interacting more and more, so we'll be able to see how they act with each other. If distractions or any problems from the socialization, we're going to take Phil and Lil, who we've once given this transfer area habitat, so they could, so Willy could see his own species, the other golden claw tamarins. We're going to be moving them back to their original habitat, which is this way. So we're going to be bringing this dry food out here. Because they do spend a lot of time outside, it's just we don't want them causing distractions for the socialization. It's been about 15 minutes since they've been socialized, and they still aren't really interacting with each other. They're kind of staying on opposite ends or like in different habitats for now. And that could be because they have been in fights in the past and they're just afraid of each other. So hopefully in the next few minutes or a couple of hours they'll start interacting with each other and being closer. The main reason we're doing this, blocking off their access to their indoor, is if they would both go into an indoor and they start fighting, we wouldn't have access to be able to separate them and stop the fight. Alright, and now we'll be heading over to this habitat. Alright, and they're both outside. And the only places they have access to are these two habitats and the runways between them. doing this for the next few days for about an hour or two each morning when it's cool, so that they continue to become used to each other and less afraid of each other, and maybe they'll become more sociable with each other. The self-grasping that Willy's been doing could be a sign of stress, so we're going to go ahead and separate them a little bit early today. But we're considering this to be a successful socialization because there wasn't any fights going on. And we're still allowing them to have a single fork up so they can still go to the forks and groom each other. They just won't have full access to each other, so no damage can be done. Alright, so now that we've separated them from each other, we're going to give them access to the indoor habitats. And they're still on opposite sides, so the indoor habitats will be new also. And so they'll be able to do scent marking there, where Arie's been, Willy is now. So they'll be able to scent mark where they haven't been, and that'll get, whenever we flip them again tomorrow, they'll get used to the scent each other some more.
Willy reaching through the forks and grabbing at Arie, so hopefully, I think they're looking forward to their socializing today.
It's day 10 here at Jungle Friends, and this is a big day for the socialization because we're going to try to keep them having access to each other for the entire day, maybe even into the night if everything goes well. We saw really great things yesterday. It was the first time we saw Arie grooming Willy, and so we also saw them sharing the food bowl like as we did before earlier in the week, and we also saw them sharing like this little cube bedding that they have, which was really cute when I saw that. And as you can see, they're ready for the socialization to begin. And they're going to be together for quite a long time today. So this will be a big day in letting us know if they're going to be able to stay together forever. Alright, it's been nearly a month since we started the socialization between Willy and Arie here. Everything's been going so well so far. We did an 11-day socialization, and after those 11 days we gave them full access to each other's for 24/7. And I've checked a few times since then, and they've been sleeping in the same indoor, like not in the same bedding, but in the same indoor, except for one of those times Arie was up in the hammock for the night. But they've been really good with each other. They enjoy each other's company. And we're never going to break these guys' bond unless they have a fight, and then we'll have to separate again for their safety.